Hey guys, Adam Hart here. Here's the best mods to use for Silksong, and I'm going to show you guys tons of ones that I've used in my playthrough, and they're amazing for your second playthrough as well. And if you guys need help installing any of these, I have a members exclusive video showing how to install every single one. So if you guys want to support me and you want to check out that members exclusive video, become a member on the channel, and you can see how to install all of this. So starting with GODHOME by Cucksun. This is an absolutely incredible mod, one of my favorites. You can select any boss you want to, you have complete freedom of choice, and you teleport right there. So you press B on your keyboard to bring up that list, you select whoever you want, you don't have to do all the little things to get there, you can just go straight to any boss you want. And you can combine that with the double enemies mod, if you're crazy enough. But this also works well with the show damage mod, which shows health bars for any boss, but you can also do it for enemies as well. So when you press F1 on your keyboard, it brings up the weapon configuration manager. That's how you configure or customize all your mods. And you can do show numbers at the bottom, but you definitely want this one right here, the show boss health bar and the show damage text. And then show enemy health bar. So you can just show health bars for enemies or just show it for bosses or both. And as you guys can see, I'm showing the health bar for regular enemies. So you can decide if you want it for bosses or regular enemies or both. Once you start a boss fight, it starts as soon as you hit them. And it shows up on the top, but you can also put that health bar on the bottom if you want, and you can even change how big it is. Also keep in mind, as soon as you drag the weapon configuration box, it becomes a silhouetted box. So it becomes a little harder to see, so try not to move it. Now also, you can customize health bar. At the top you can see now it's like a glowy look, so you can do that as well if you want. This one right here, if you listen closely, you can hear when I put down the stake of Marika. So you press F8 to choose where you want to respawn. So as you can see, I just died, but I respawned right there at the same spot. So now you don't have to do any runbacks in the whole entire game. The multiplayer mod by 233 is another really good one. Just ignore the face cam in the top right. I took this from one of my videos. So this is when you can play with your friends. It's one of my favorite mods, but it's very glitchy. So you might be asking what's in sync and what's not in sync. Regular enemies are in sync, but bosses aren't. However, it might be in sync at this point because it's gone through many updates. Also, if you have trouble installing this, I have a members exclusive video showing how to install that. But there's also other multiplayer mods. There's many co-op mods on Nexus, so try it if you have any trouble. The Bonfire Teleport, you need this one, absolutely. You just put a marker down on a bench and you teleport there. So think about the tip and pill, the Chorus Vasher. You can completely skip that if you wanted. So if you're in Belheart, once you start Chorus Vasher, just go to Songclave, bam. Now, you don't have to worry about that, or maybe you've already done this, so in your second playthrough, you can just go right to the first shrine, talk to the caretaker, bam, you're done. Custom Crest Builder, this is an absolute must-have. You can put as many tools as you want, you can customize how many tools you get, so when you press F1, bring this weapon configuration manager up, you can choose how many slots you have for tools, you can even choose your binding action, so for example, I'm putting that on Witch, for down attack, so as you can see it changed in the top left. For down attack, I changed to Reaper. Neutral attack, Wanderer. For the up attack, I put on Warrior, which is the Beast crest. Yeah, Beast is called Warrior in this one. And yeah, you can choose how many slots you have for tools, so you can crank that all the way up to 10 if you really want. Not only is it a tool expander, but you can do a hybrid of different crests, and you can put skills on, Silk skills, by enabling that right there, either on down, on neutral, or on up. If it was on neutral, you would just press R1 to do the skill. If it's on up, you press up in R1. So I like to do down, so I do down in R1. Also, you want to change all this at the main menu. So as you can see, it's kind of laggy right now. So you actually want to change all that at the main menu. You don't want to change that in the game, the custom crest. But as you can see, I'm doing the Reaper as the down, I'm doing the Beast as the up, I'm doing the Wanderer crest when I just do a neutral attack. And the bind is the Witch. But when I sprint and attack, I do the Witch attack as well. So that's just an example. And you can put on any tool you want, and there you can see that is the Silk skill for the down one. But you can also put that on the neutral or the up one if you don't want it there, if you want it in the middle or the up. On to the next one, ForceCompass. So this one allows you to see yourself on the map without having to put the compass tool on. Extremely useful. You basically get another tool because you don't need to put compass on. So for example, you just saw me on the map. I was using the custom crest, but let's go to the Wonder crest. As you can see, I don't have it on that one either. I have the weighted belt on. But if we go to the map, you can see that here we are on the map. So you basically get another tool slot. And I don't think that compass should take up a slot in your crest. No bench restrictions. This is another really good one. So as you can see, we're off the bench, but we can go to our crest, and we can unequip anything we want, and then equip anything we want. That's just a really nice quality of life one. You can change your crest as well. Build your own bench. This is a really cool one. You can set it up right before a boss. So you hold Z to create the bench, and there it is. You can rest on it, and yes, you do get shell shards back for your tools. So press F1, go into the mod right here, build your own bench, and you want to enable teleport. So now you can teleport to any bench that you set down, which is extremely useful. So here we are in Blessed Steps. The blue ones are the custom benches you set up. Now, to teleport, you can't just set a marker down like Bonfire Teleport, where you would just teleport to it. You have to press F2 to open up this chart, and then you can see every bench you've created. Then you can hit teleport, and you go to any one that you've made. And if you want to get rid of it, you would just press F2 again, and then you would hit delete on the right side instead of teleport. So, really nice to have. As you can see, I set up a bench right before the Watcher boss. So when I come back later in the game, I can just teleport to this bench instead of having to go all throughout the Sen's Karak. And as you can see, I just deleted it. So there we are. Let's say we want to go to this bench now, over here. So you would just put a marker down at a regular bench, but as you can see, it didn't work with a custom bench. If you want to teleport to a custom bench, then you would press F2 to open up the chart again, and then hit teleport on the right side. So not only do you have Stake of Marika, where you respawn outside a boss, but you can also set a bench down outside a boss, so you can respawn next to a boss and get shell shards for all your tools as well every time you sit on a bench. Modded Tools is an absolutely amazing mod. I'll just ignore the face cam in the top left again. Weaver's Blades is a new silk skill you get with this mod, but you also get tons of new modded tools. So with this, think of it like pale nails, except you have more control over them, or you can think of it like your grandmother's silk. It's literally like a grandmother's silk move. When you press R1, you change the angle of the needles, and then when you just attack, you shoot out all the needles. If you press R1, you change to diagonal, and then you can do diagonal attacks as well as upward or downward attacks. So you want to go here on the map to pick it up, and that's actually where you pick up the Weaver's Blades. So even when you have the mod on, you still need to go and collect it, so that's where you go to do that. Conductor's Baton, you have the Soul of a Fallen Pilgrim attack for you, which is really cool. This is basically that Silk Shot move, that Silk Shot tool, depending on where you repaired it at, but now you can just summon it with you, and it follows you around too. It can be glitchy though, sometimes it has trouble following you. Merrymaker is the next one. So this adds flame to your attacks. I wouldn't combine it with the Weaver's Needle though, so I took it off. But as you can see, you do fire damage while you do your regular needle damage, which is really cool. Kind of like Flint Slate. Soul Jar, it pumps out silk periodically, so every now and then you just pump out silk. Wisp Father's Melody, when you play your needle in, it actually becomes an offensive tool, and you pump out fire. So you build up the fire the longer you hold it. When you release, it lets go all the fire. It's so cool. Combine that with the spider strings, and that could be a really cool combo. Thread Igniter, so after you bind, for a short time, you can dash through enemies and not get hurt by pressing R2. It doesn't do fire damage, but you can dash through enemies and not get hurt. So it's like taking a page from the Souls-like genre and giving you iframes every time you dash. Plasmium Petri, this basically acts like Plasmium File and gives you more blue masks for your health. Prototype Harvester, this is really cool. If you get hit during a bind, you don't lose that silk. Instead, you disperse it everywhere and you get a chance to get all your silk back. The Customizer mod, this one is absolutely incredible. It involves other mods like your cloak, cog flies, or little hornets, the pink ribbon on the bell beast. So the Customizer mod is a separate mod. If you want to customize your cloak, hornet, or bell beast, those are other mods as well. And again, if you guys need help installing that, check out my members exclusive video. Silksong Flea at Home. This is a very simple mod, but it's really cute, and I think it does a lot to add the vibe to your home. I really like this mod. So you press F9 to create the flea, and then control your D-pad with page up and page down, adjusts it, F10 deletes it, and resets the position. This was a little tricky though. The mod instructions are a little wrong, so you want to create a new folder for that mod. And again, check out my members video if you need more help with that. Breakable Wall mod. This is extremely useful, no more guessing. If you need to see where to find a shortcut, it glows on the walls. And there's even particles that come out, and you can tweak that too. So when you go here, you can enable the flow or disable it. let's say I deselect these. Now you can see that difference over there. It doesn't go toward you anymore, and it doesn't flicker. So there it is enabled on when it flows to you. And here is the flicker enabled. So the wall is flickering and particles are glowing to you. Now as you can see, the particles aren't flowing to me right there. So you can tweak that too. You can change the distance to how far the particles flow to you. As you can see, now it's already activated, even though we're really far from the wall. As you can see, we're all the way down here. And if we head up, the particle is going to go all the way up there. And also, just a little side note, this is where to find a flea on the map. And I'll show that map location in a second for you guys. If you go up, you'll find a flea right there. And I'll show that map location for you guys. So there we are on the map. If you guys want to check out that breakable wall, and you can even test out this mod if you want to go to that exact spot. And also, you need to go down a little farther so you can activate this down here to activate the wind. Double enemies. This is one of my favorite mods. For all you maskers out there, for all you guys that love a huge challenge, you can double the enemies or you can double bosses. You just put 2 down right there. You can enable arenas, enemies, or bosses, or everything. And as you can see, the health bar mod is still active, which becomes problematic when you have a lot of bosses. So I would recommend turning the health bar off if you're doing like more than 2 bosses. Now usually for 2 bosses, it would show the health bars closer together, but for some reason with those enemies, it shows them really far apart, so it can get glitchy with enemies. So if you deselect the ones I just showed, now you won't have the health bars, but you still have the double enemies mod. So that's a really cool mod. Always have magnet effect and pull shards. This is absolutely incredible. Let's say you just killed an enemy. As you can see, I'm literally trying to run away from them, and they're pulling toward me. And it's absolutely incredible. It saves a lot of time. AutoMap, this one will fill out the map as you walk. You need to have a map and a quill bought already. But what it does is it fills up the map. So as you can see, that was faded, but now it's filled. Or in Graymore, you can see that the map is faded, but now that I'm all the way over here, it's filled out that part of the map. So you don't have to sit on a bench to update the map. Interactive map, speaking of maps, you can put this on, press F12, and you can see every single thing in the game, which is pretty confusing to understand, which is why I would recommend you go to the left, hit hide all, and then select just 1 or 2 things. So like Lost Fleas, for example. There's one in Songclave, which people have trouble finding, which by the way, you go through Whisper and Vaults to get to that one, not through Songclave. And let's say you want to find memory lockets. But you can still have the Lost Fleas selected, so now when I zoom in, I can see a memory locket right there, but I can also see all the fleas. Simple cheats. This is how you can recreate New Game Plus, which is why I'm showing this one, and just get in things that you've missed, like a Mossberry in Act 3, which goes away in Act 3, and I wasn't able to get all the Mossberries, so you can give yourself a Mossberry. As you can see, you just drag the DL file over to the directory, and that's as simple as that. Once you start it up, set a hotkey. I'm using a different cheat table, which got taken off Nexus mods because Nexus doesn't like cheat tables. So if you guys want the exact one I'm using, you can join our Discord and I can give you the file for it. So you can select the needle level. The simple cheats one I showed though in Nexus, that's still there. It's going to work a little differently than this. I don't know if it's going to have everything that mine does, but I'm just going to describe what mine does. So it increases the mask, your health masks at the top. You can give yourself rosaries. As you can see, I don't have enough. You can give yourself more shards. Here's where it's really good though. You can go to inventory, you can give yourself craft metal. Let's say you don't want to get more in your second playthrough, or memory lockets, or pale oil, or white key. A lot of people miss the white key in Sunclave. You can change equipment anywhere, so it kind of does other things that some of the other mods does. Infinite tool usage, free replenish. You can like refill Flea Brew without having to go to the Flea Caravan over and over and over. You can unlock all the crests, unlock all the silk skills, the Weaver's Blades, that's part of the modded tools one. You can give yourself every single tool in the game. So see what I mean, how you can recreate New Game Plus, so in your second playthrough, you can just get everything. Now one thing though, you need to do this every single time you go into your save though, so it doesn't save everything you unlock. That's the only thing with this cheat table, so keep that in mind. Another cool thing, you could teleport anywhere. So I've seen people say they wish you could teleport to Verdania. They wish they can go back to Verdania. Well, you can now. As you guys know, once you leave Verdania, you can't go back, but you can with this mod. Or let's say you want to go to the Citadel. You could literally skip all of Act 1. Just go through the door, and just like that, you get to Act 2. How cool is that? And all of a sudden you're in Act 2. Now with the interactive map mod I showed earlier, it shows when you unlock quests. If you guys saw my video on how to get to Act 3, you can see exactly when you unlock Silk and Soul, which is extremely useful because you need that to get into Act 3. So that's very useful for your second playthrough as well. Or maybe you guys want to do some mods in your first playthrough, you can do that. And as you can see, we have all these mods right here and all the crests, and we just got to Act 2. AnkletsNoCostSilk. This is a really cool one. You can have anklets on all the time, but never use silk. And by the way, as you can see, I was glitched, which happens sometimes with the cheat table. And if that ever happens, just Bonfire Teleport to a bench to save yourself. As you can see, we're sprinting back and forth, and we're not using any silk. So you can have that on all the time now. Think of all the time you're going to save. The attack range extender, this is really fun. So press F1 to go into your weapon manager, change the attack range multiplier. So let's say you want it on 2, which doesn't sound like a lot, but as you can see, I'm like reaching full screen. But that's really cool to like do sprint moves while you attack, just something you might want to play around with. But that's an absolutely incredible one as well. Let's say you want to recreate Long Claw. Delete the number we just made, put it on like 1.2 or maybe 1.3. So 1.2 looks like you have Long Claw now, but you don't actually have Long Claw. So maybe you can put that on and you want to save a tool. So I hope you guys found this video useful and all the tips I gave throughout it. And I hope you guys also find my members exclusive video useful. I want to reward my members on the channel, and I think that's one of the best and creative and coolest ways to reward you guys. So if you do ever want to support me in the channel, become a member. You can see all my members exclusive videos and motivational talks as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys are enjoying my best mod series, and hope you guys enjoy all the future ones I make for other games as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and comment. It really helps the video out, especially since I'm trying to do a new series, and I hope it does well because I love modding, and I hope I find a lot of people that have that same passion for mods like me. So please drop a like and comment on the video to help it out. Subscribe for more, and thanks for watching. I want them to do that at the same time. Oh. No, don't kill me though. Don't kill me, bro. That was so awesome.